Hi everybody, and welcome back to Just a Girl and Her Knitting. My name is Heather, and I am coming to you from Spokane Valley, Washington. Why am I struggling so hard today? Anyways, so again, welcome back to Just a Girl and Her Knitting. My name is Heather, and I thought we would visit like we usually do. I put out a video last week, and so we'll have another one this week. I was able to get a few FOs. I have a few FOs, 2 whips, and a spin. And then a little present for one of you guys. So grab something to eat, drink, knit, crochet, spin, whatever, and hang out with me for a little bit while we just go over those couple of things. I hope I covered all my name, the show, title, where I'm from. You can find me on the internet. Anyways, if I did, I'll try to edit some of this out. All right, so I guess let's just jump right in with FOs. So they're down here on the floor. So my first finished object are gonna be my very first pair of handspun socks. So I do not remember the fiber makeup of these, but I do know that it was a white fiber that I got from a Paradise Fibers box that I had, or there's fiber club that I've had for years. Once I first started getting into spinning, I got it, and I've since canceled, but I had dyed something green. Maybe, I don't remember if it was a sweater. I don't remember exactly what it was, but I had leftover dye out. So I was like, well, let me go ahead and just dye this fiber and then spin it up for socks. So here they are. I did a chain ply on these. You can kind of see. It's a 3-ply. And they go from lighter to darker, and then even darker. They were a lot of fun. They're 60 stitches. I cranked it on my circular sock knitting machine. I have a Erlbacher Gerhardt Speedster. So I cranked the tube, the whole skein. Then I went in and I added 15 rounds of ribbing and then bound off. Then I put in a toe and a heel. And then we have this first pair of socks. They are so fun. I'm very proud of these. I can't wait to try and wear them and see how they wear. So my next FO is a big one. We were really close last week, but here she is in all of its handspun glory. Sorry for the squeaking of my chair. I'm trying to get as much of it in as possible. So this is my handspun radio flyer. The pattern is Radio Flyer by Sarah Roberts, and you start on this end right here, and you have an I-cord, and then you increase on this side, and what you're doing is you have a main color and contrast, and then you just do these little dashes out of your contrast. You keep going to this middle portion right here. It should go this way. I feel like I need to scoot back a little to here, and then you're supposed to keep going and increasing to make it an asymmetrical shawl, so you would keep going up. I chose not to do that, and instead I was running out of white, so I switched to all of my contrast colors, and I made the 3 rows in between those and did the white. So you can wear it like this, or you can even wear it this way. Suppose I could have done it a little bit neater, but this will be handy when it's super duper cold this winter. I think we usually get really, really cold in February. So when I go outside, that's probably when I'll be wearing it. So I weighed it. It's 649 grams. That's pretty heavy. And I still have quite a bit of yarn left over. So I have in my bag, because I need to figure out what I'm going to do with it all. I have 500, I think 49 grams left. But here's contrast color 1. Well, I mean, it's not one, it's just one of them. Another. Here's this green. I have my camera set up the opposite direction than I usually do. Another green. I'm so used to going this way when it's this way. I have this purple. I also have this purple, this gold, this one, and then white. Now I just have to figure out what I'm gonna do with all the leftovers, because that's still quite a bit of leftovers. I need some pattern suggestions. I don't know a cowl. I have tons for a hat. I don't have enough for a sweater. So I need a few suggestions if anyone has any. I think a cowl would work really well, but I have to keep figuring that out. Alrighty, so my next finished object is not knitting, but it's spinning. So I had purchased this fiber Did I purchase it on my birthday? Maybe not, I don't know. But it's from Pacaswest. It's a 80% alpaca, 40% wool. And I spun it up in a 2-ply. And it came out to about 300 yards, and it's a fingering weight yarn. So I'm gonna need a pattern for this too. I don't know what to make with this. So I guess let's move on to whips. So my first whip I have is my my March 2025 Yarnable socks. I have the cuff done and the toe done, and I just cut in for the heel, and I did 1 round of the heel contrast. I'm using Patton's Croy in the Gentry Gray colorway. So I have this, and then I have the second sock. Same thing. I did the cuff, I did the toe, and I marked to where to cut in the heel. So with my long tubes like this, I've been counting down like 20 rows, doing the ribbing and binding off, and then I'm counting down 20 rows, picking up, unraveling, and doing the toe, and just doing contrast for the heels. So that's whip number 1. Whip number 2 is in my classy Walmart bag. I cannot say the name of the sweater, but I can share it. I failed as a test knitter. But here is the body of the sweater so far. It's knit with loops and thread in their Luxe Merino wool blend. It's a 55% superwash, 45% acrylic, and it's Blue Dawn, but it's a gray blue, I think. I don't know if you can read that. And then my fluff is a Cascade fluff. I got it at a yarn store in Montana. We used to take the kids when they were in high school, and one friend on a weekend getaway usually went to Montana. But here it is so far. I have markers. So I picked this up after I finished my Handspun radio flyer, and I was here. So I've gotten all of this knit so far. The designer's a really loose knitter. So this is knit on a US 6 for the ribbing, and then a US 7 for the body. I had to go up to a US 10.5. No, US 10 to get the meet gauge. It's 16 stitches by 27 rows in 10 centimeters, 4 inches. I had to do a 10 to get there. So I'm gonna add a little bit of body. You're supposed to stop at 13.25 inches for the body and then start the sleeves because it's obviously bottom up. I think I'm gonna go to 15, possibly. I'm at 14 inches. Maybe I should measure a sweater that I like a lot and go from there. But this I'm working on. Hopefully I will be able to start the sleeves here soon. So my next work in progress, spin in progress. We'll call it a spin in progress. So my next sip is on my electric eel wheel 6.1. Oh, I spun the alpaca on this wheel too. I got this for my birthday 2 years ago. I'm spinning this really pretty Rambouillet. I tried recording this earlier today and I couldn't say Rambouillet. Now I feel like I'm not gonna be able to say it. It's from Palouse Yarn Company. It's 4 ounces. And the colorway, focus. It's not gonna focus, is it? Nope. The colorway is lemon. So what I did is I divided it in half, and then I divided each of those 2 ounce sections into 8. So I have a total of 16 of these little nests, and I'm spinning them up. I have 9 left. I originally was going to spin 2 ounces on a bobbin and 2 ounces on a bobbin and then ply it together. But as I've been spinning it, there's a bug. As I've been spinning it, I'm spinning fairly fine. If you can see that. I was like, well, I don't know if I want to ply it on itself. But when we went to the coast, when we went to Oregon in 2024, we stopped at Weird Sisters Wool in Aberdeen on our way up to Olympia because we were going to go see a play that my husband's cousins were in. And we stopped and saw his aunt and we had lunch, and she lives in Aberdeen. And so, since she lives in Aberdeen and Weird Sisters Wool is in Aberdeen, we just swung by. But I got this fluff. I'm thinking that I'm going to spin up all these and then I'm going to ply it with this. I think that that's going to turn out really good. I'm going to hope. And I want to say that I'm spinning for a jaunty. That's the jaunty pattern by Andrea Mowry. I know there's a really big make-along going on where you spin your fiber. Well, you don't have to spin your fiber, but you can spin your fiber and then knit it into the jaunty. And I think that's what I'm gonna do. That's my goal. If I don't get it, I don't get it. It started in December, like December 15th, and it goes to like June 15th, so it's 6 months long. I've been watching people. They've been knitting them really, really fast. So we shall see. But anyways, this is an 85 Polworth, 15% silk, and it's 4 ounces, and the colorway is Peachy Keen. You can see the little silk lumps in it. But I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna divide it in half, and then divide each of those sections into 8, and then spin it. I'm not spinning it any specific way. I'm just grabbing a fluff, opening it, spin, spin, spin. I'm not trying to spin one direction, making sure it matches up. I don't really. I'm just having fun with it. That's why I weave it around. So that's my plan with this and my spinning. After I put the baby to bed at night, I've been trying to get at least 15 minutes of spinning in. I've brought this down and I've sat it next to my bed. So we'll see how far I get on that. Is that all of it? We talked about my finished object, my 3 technically, because my spinning, which I need a pattern for. I need a pattern for my leftover hand spun. I don't want to put it back in stash. And then I want pattern for that hand spun stash or hand spun yarn. So we have the finished hand spun radio flyer, the finished hand spun socks, and then my finished skein of alpaca wool fingering weight yarn. So I guess next is what I purchased. So Saturday we were out and about and we went to the yarn store, the new yarn store in my area. It's been open for a little while. Sorry if it's loud. It's up on the South Hill, up on 18th in Spokane, and it's called Twisted Stitch Yarn. And they have a website. It's really a cute store. It's inside of an old house up on the South Hill. And it was really, really welcoming. So I'm really excited it's there. They do an open knit day from like 12:30 to 4. They close at 4 on Saturdays. But I was able to go in and look around, and it was just really nice. So I bought 2 yarns because I talked about doing a gift away, getting a present for one of you guys or 2 of you guys, with the option of either sending you the yarn or cranking a sock tube for you and then sending you the yarn. So I got 2. One of them is from Coven Collective. This is dyed in Spokane. It's a spellbound sock, 75% superwash merino, 25% recycled nylon, 437 yards. It's a 4-ply, and it says find the piece somehow. And then it came with this really cute little stitch marker. It's a leaf, a green leaf. So this is gonna be a prize. And then the other one I got was 2 Springs Fiber Arts. It's also hand dyed in Spokane, Washington. So it's local to me. Its color is Happy Feet Sock Set. It's a 75% superwash merino, and it's 25% nylon. It's also 437 yards. And then this teal mini is 20 grams and 187 yards. So this is the other one that I'm going to be passing along to one of you guys. I'll have to figure out what the prompt is. And then I got some soak. That's what I went to the store for, and I got it. I don't typically do flavors or smells because I'm very sensitive to smells, but this is very nice and subtle. I really like it. So this is what I went for. And then I got these to pass along to 2 of you guys. So I don't know if I should do one this time and one the next time. I bought these with my own money. So I thought they were both super pretty. So with that being said, I'm all done. That's all I got for you guys. Continuing one sock whip, one main whip from my whip pile. Seems to be working so far for me. So I'll keep keeping on, and then I'm spinning again, which hasn't happened in almost a year. So, all right, I guess, let's see. What should the prompt be? How about, tell me, have you ever knit like an afterthought sock? So whether it's you cast on and knit just a long tube by hand, or purchased a tube, or did an afterthought heel, anything afterthought sock related. Afterthought cuffs, toes, heels, just knitting a sock and then putting a heel in. So tell me, have you ever done that? And then I will draw a winner, and I will announce it in 2 weeks from today. I think that sounds reasonable. Give you guys time to comment or make suggestions. Also, if you have any suggestions for what to do with my scrap from my Handspun radio flyer, it's about a worsted weight, sport to worsted weight in some sport to worsted weight yarn that I spun up, and I have 539 grams, which I think came out to about 1,000 yards. So I need some suggestions. I would like to use it all up. Alrighty guys, that's it. That's all I got for you today. Hope you have a great day. Have a great weekend. Have all the fun with your crafts. And I will see you next time. Bye.